Hello everybody, welcome back to Hard Enduro Media and Eurotek, the Hard Enduro Specialist. A bit of an update on what's happening tomorrow now. Tomorrow we'll see round 3 of the Eurotek National Extreme Series. That's at Kirton Lindsey Offroad Centre, North Lincolnshire, just not far from Scunthorpe. And this is just some information for the riders really, because we are sort of in this pandemic era sort of still, and spectators, I don't think there's any spectators allowed tomorrow other than one person with each rider as an assistant type sort of thing. That's my understanding at the moment. So what can I tell the guys that are going to be racing tomorrow? Well, it's going to be pretty brutal, guys. I'm not joking. It is going to be a tough slog. It's going to be a really long course. It took me 4 hours to walk the course this morning, and I saw a few guys down there. So Alex Owen, I saw his son Luke, and I saw Simon Howden as well. And you know, they were thinking, man, this is going to be a tough event. It really is. Just with the length of the course, the severity of some of the sections, I mean, nothing's going to kill you, but it's going to be just, you know, tough, technical, muddy. I think the mud is going to be the worst thing down there. So my top tip at the moment is go in some riding kit that you're not too bothered about, something you're prepared to chuck in the bin afterwards and just forget about, just bin it off, because you're going to wreck your riding kit tomorrow. This is the reality of winter events in the UK. So in view of what I've seen this morning, I've still got a couple of little things I want to do with the bike just to make sure it's fully prepped. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a mud shield up the front of the exhaust guard. Now I've got one of these big wraparound exhaust guard affairs on. From a protection point of view, I wouldn't have anything else, but the mud does stick to it at times. Rocky, dry events, not a problem, but the sticky mud that we're going to find at Kirton Lindsey tomorrow, unlike the mud we had last weekend at Butts Quarry, will stick to the front of the exhaust guard. And the last thing I'm going to be doing is carrying unnecessary weight on the bike. So I'm going to make a plastic mud shield what's going to cover the whole of the guard, and it will give it a smooth surface. So when I start going through sort of wet, watery areas, the mud should wash off. That's the theory behind it. That's my first modification. For you guys that are riding tomorrow, you need sticky tyres, no doubt about it. You want a soft mousse and some sticky tyres, because some of those rocky sections is one sort of big rocky section. To look at it from a distance, you'd think, oh my God, what they're throwing at us. But when you actually get into it, it will be rideable. The stone is quite gritty in places, but with the mud as well, that might make, you know, going a little bit difficult. But I'm quite looking forward to getting into that area and having a go and sort of working my way around. So very quickly, guys, I'll tell you about my setup for tomorrow. I've got 12/48, that's gearing, 12 on the front and 48 on the back, rear sprocket. As always, I've got all the protection stuff on it. Hand guards, we've got the lower fork leg protectors, disc guard at the front, rad braces, Artifon rad braces, the motors, sump guard and exhaust guard, casing protectors, the plastic casing protectors. We've got the chain block, the BRP chain block, and the aluminium swing arm target protector there. You know, what holds the chain block on. We've got the support there to protect that. We've got the Polysport swing arm guards. They're fastened on with stainless steel Jubilee clips. I've got a gripper seat on it. It's a factory seat. We've got the EF07 double green rear tyre and a Luxioli tube in there. Going to be running at about maybe 2 psi for those sort of conditions. Up front, we've got a Metzeler sticky front. We've got ORVS suspension as well. So the bike's fairly sorted, but we are going to put that plastic mud shield on the front of the exhaust guard. That's the only thing now to do. And tomorrow it's just going to be about really sort of getting around, protecting the bike, and obviously it's going to be survival of the fittest tomorrow as well, because like I said, it's going to be really technical at times. And I've not seen the rider list as yet, but I'm expecting probably, I would have thought, at least 100 riders taking part in it. I know there's an event on Sunday in Lancashire, the Ball Breaker as well. So it's one of those. I don't know what numbers we're going to get, but 2.5 hours, it's going to be tough going. So what I've done is I've taken a few clips while I've been walking around this morning. I mean, I think I did about 30 clips, but I can't bang them all in the end of this. What I'll do is I'll show you a few now, and then tonight I'll try and get a few more out, time permitting, or try and get them out before the race starts tomorrow, so you've got a bit of an insight as to what is coming up. But from me at the moment, that's about it. I've got work to do. I will see you on the start line tomorrow at Kurt and Lindsay, Hard Enduro Media and Eurotek, the Hard Enduro specialists. See you there. Last section that I showed you, it's coming up this hill, then we're doing a right across this bit of scrub, like some four-wheel drive tracks there, so we're cutting straight across here, and then we're into these rocks. A challenging section because of the mud and the rocks, so it's got to be double green tyres, sticky tyres. You're going to need sticky tyres, guys. If you're thinking you've got what else on, you're not going to get up here. So we're at the top now, just looking down, and there's lots of lines, guys. You've got to make your own mind up what you're going to do, what line choice you're going to take. I'm not going to give you any points on that. A lot of you will be experienced enough to know. So we're now in the centre of this rock garden. So I've just had a walk through, and there is a way through it. That's the beauty of coming and walking the track and getting to familiarise your things with those key areas, which might cause you some problems. So you know when you get into them, you've got a heads up and you know what line you should be going for. But like anything into it, there's always going to be somebody in the way, so you might have to check an alternate line. But ideally, if you can get here and get the line you want, I think it'll open up as the race goes on with this. But there's some big stuff in here, so like I say, line choice is critical. So far there's nothing that I've seen that I think, oh my god, it's going to try and kill me. This is going to be a good day out for people, really is. Right guys, we're into what I would call a key area now. We've come across out of that rock garden. There's one little section I've not shown you because it's quite technical. You're going to have to figure that one out when you get to it. You come across a bit of a track, which again it's nothing too hard, and then you're down that bank, that rubble area bank, onto these rock steps here, which from the top you think, Jesus Christ, but from where I'm stood now, they don't look too bad at all. Just roll down. There are some bigger steps like that one there. Obviously try and avoid that one because that's quite a big drop. But to, the left or the right of that middle rock, it's not too bad at all. So you're rolling down to the first step, and then we're on to a second step from there down into the base of this sort of really stony quarry area. And then you look at that thing over there. What the Jesus Christ, what is that? Let's go and have a look. So I'm now stood on the section of this slope we saw a few moments ago from across there, and wow, this is going to be mental. It's going to be a lot of drive. You need a lot of drive, guys, from this bottom section. Once you get onto these rocks here where my fingertips are, and get the power on and get some drive. This rock, what's down, is quite gritty, so there's grip, there's grip there. It's just getting some momentum and getting yourself up as high as you can before you might start after doing some sort of pivot turning to get right onto the top. But if you're lucky enough, if you've got the drive and the determination, you should get quite high. Right, I can't get quite a wide angle on this at the moment, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and give you just show you the sort of gravity of this place. And those rocks behind me, going up there, it's going to be mint. So we're just on the tyres at the moment, having come down a steep bank across there onto the tyres, and we're coming towards the camera in that direction. Don't look too bad actually, fairly hard. It's like anything, if you're getting overfaced with something like this, I'm pretty sure you could walk your back across this lot dead easy. So far we've The tyres are in the centre of the screen. As you can see those tyres there, which we've just left a short time ago. We've come across a straight line pretty much over these mounds, and it's going to be tough going, guys. It really is going to be tough going, this, no doubt about it. It's the lap's so far is really long. You know, if you think you're going to get multiple laps in here, some of you sort of less experienced guys, one lap will be an achievement for you. It really will. So don't knock yourself for doing one lap if that's all you can do, because I'm not saying anything that's going to try and kill you, but it's just the continuation of sort of hard going in places which will tire you out. So we're now turning round. This is the end of the that sort of line I've just pointed out to you. It goes around the far side and onto the next section of the quarry. I was going to GPS this, but I think that by the time I'd got round and what have you, I think my phone would have died on me, to be fair, and I wouldn't have been able to do the video anyway. But so far, like I say, there's nothing that's really overfacing me, but it's just the length and sort of continuous severity of sort of places. Everything's doable. There's one section I'm not being too happy with. I'm going to speak to Dan about that, but overall pretty good.